Have you ever noticed this? Some women barely seem obsessed with fitness. They are not spending hours in the gym. They are not even constantly talking about dieting, and they don't seem stressed about calories every second. But somehow, they still stay slim. Meanwhile, some people work incredibly hard. Daily workouts, strict diets, long walks, but their body barely changes. So, what's actually happening? Is it genetics, luck, a fast metabolism, or some magic? Not exactly, because researchers started noticing something interesting. Many naturally slim people share a few subtle daily behaviors that most others never pay attention to. And once you see them, you can't unsee them. Hey, do you know, most people think slim bodies are created in the gym. But for many women, the real difference happens long before workouts even matter. It happens in how they move during the day, how they respond to hunger, how stressed they feel around food, and the tiny habits their body repeats automatically. That's why some women stay relatively lean without doing intense workouts. Not because they are trying harder, but because their lifestyle quietly supports it. And the first habit is something almost nobody notices. They move constantly without exercising. And this is the biggest one. Many naturally slim women are not necessarily exercising more. They're just moving more without even realizing it. They walk while talking. They stand more often. And they pace during the phone calls. And they take stairs naturally. And the best part, they stay physically expressive. These tiny movements seem insignificant, but throughout the day, they create a surprisingly large energy difference. And researchers sometimes call this non-exercise movement. That simply means calories burned outside formal workouts. And here's the most important part. Your body responds better to frequent movement than one intense workout followed by sitting all day. But movement alone still is not the full explanation. There's another behavior that changes everything. And that is, they don't eat in constant reward mode. A lot of people unknowingly treat food like emotional compensation. Today was stressful as I worked out, so I deserve this. And over time, that reward cycle quietly increases calorie intake without people noticing it. But many naturally slim women approach food differently because they think food is enjoyable, but it's not constantly tied to emotional recovery. They don't always need a treat after every productive day. They don't turn every craving into an emergency break. And that creates something powerful. And that is consistency. Not perfection, just consistency. But the next reason might surprise you the most because it has nothing to do with discipline. And that is, they eat slower than most people. Watch naturally slim people carefully. Many of them eat slowly. Not intentionally, not strategically. It's just their normal pace. And that matters more than people realize because your body needs time to recognize fullness. When meals disappear too quickly, it becomes easy to overeat before your brain even catches up. But slower eating naturally reduces that problem. You feel satisfied earlier, you notice fullness sooner, and surprisingly, you often end up eating less without trying. But even that's not the deepest reason some women stay slim. The next part is psychological, and it quietly affects fat storage itself. And that is, their life feels less extreme. Most weight loss advice lives in extremes. Extreme diets, extreme workouts, and extreme restriction. But many naturally slim women live more moderately. They don't constantly start over every Monday. They don't binge after strict restriction. And they don't swing between perfection and guilt. And that matters a lot because extreme cycles create instability. 1 week very strict, next week emotionally exhausted. That pattern keeps people stuck. And meanwhile, moderate routines become sustainable. And sustainable habits shape the body more powerfully than short bursts of motivation. But there's one final reason that quietly changes hunger, cravings, and even your belly fat. And that is, they don't stay in constant stress mode. And this part gets overlooked constantly. Stress changes behavior. It changes sleep, cravings, energy, and recovery. And sometimes even where the body stores fat. Many women struggling with weight are not lazy. They are just exhausted. Poor sleep, constant pressure, mental overload, and high emotional stress. And when the nervous system stays overwhelmed, healthy habits become much harder to maintain consistently. But wait, naturally slim women are not stress-free, but many of them recover from stress in a much better way. They regulate better, they don't stay trapped in survival mode all the time. And that's create a body environment that feels more stable. But now comes the important shift. Because this video is not just saying be naturally slim, it's saying something much more powerful. Most slim bodies are not built through extreme workouts. They are built through small habits repeated consistently. More movement, less overeating, better routines, and less thinking. And that's what creates long-term change. Not any punishment, not perfection. Remember it, the women who stay slim long-term usually are not doing extreme things. They are repeating simple behaviors consistently. And that's what truly changes a body over time. If you want more realistic fat loss strategies that fit real life, then hit the subscribe button and watch the 2 videos that is popping up on your screen to stay fit and active. Click on it and see you in the next video.